Papoose says his estranged wife Remy Ma crossed the line by mentioning his children in her explosive rant yesterday, so he returned with some TNT of his own by telling the world his ex is capable of what he called horrible things. The fallout has quickly snowballed into one of the most public and chaotic dissolutions of marriage the hip-hop world has witnessed in recent memory. While divorce is never easy, this one has been shaped by online spectacle, personal betrayals, long-simmering resentment, and deeply emotional revelations. We obtained Papoose's divorce filing court documents, which officially cite the standard irreconcilable differences and a request for equal dissolution of assets. But Papoose clearly wasn't content with letting court paperwork tell the whole story. He took to Instagram to share details that went far beyond what any legal document could contain. Through a series of videos and posts, he gave fans an unfiltered look into the breakdown of their once revered relationship. And what he said has left fans stunned. According to Papoose, Remy Ma engaged in numerous acts of infidelity throughout their marriage. In a particularly jaw-dropping revelation, he claimed that one of the affairs was with a fellow female inmate she was incarcerated with, suggesting that their trust had been eroded even before she returned to civilian life. But the most explosive accusation involved her alleged relationship with battle rapper Eazy the Block Captain. This wasn't just a whispered rumor anymore. It became the centerpiece of a messy, very public feud that exposed years of unresolved tension. Papoose didn't hold back when describing the day he confronted Eazy. He confirmed that a physical altercation did indeed take place, one that resulted in a knocked-out tooth and even a puncture wound on his hand. According to him, this violent encounter was inevitable, a necessary reaction to a betrayal that cut deeper than words. He claimed that the aftermath of that beatdown became a sore point between him and Remy, who, instead of being supportive, allegedly began harboring resentment toward him. What might have been a moment of solidarity between partners became just another crack in their fractured foundation. The drama only escalated when Papoose played what he said were audio recordings of Eazy the Block Captain threatening to leak intimate photos and videos of Remy Ma. The alleged recordings also featured Remy herself speaking about her relationship with Eazy, suggesting that she was manipulating him and had no real intentions of making their connection public or serious. If these recordings are real, they provide disturbing evidence of deceit and manipulation that further complicates Remy's public image. But perhaps the most surprising and painful blow came when Papoose discussed the musical aspect of their relationship. Over the years, fans had often speculated about Papoose's influence on Remy Ma's music, citing similarities in style and lyrical content. Papoose confirmed those suspicions and then some, claiming that he wrote up to 90% of her entire catalog, including the smash hit Conceited, which has become synonymous with Remy's name. According to him, if anyone were to go through his old phones, they'd find verse after verse that he penned for her. Yet he expressed no bitterness over this ghostwriting role. Instead, he said he was happy to be in the background because that's the kind of man he is, a loyal partner who prioritized her spotlight over his own. And just when things couldn't get more dramatic, a new figure stepped into the spotlight. Boxer Claressa Shields, rumored to be romantically linked with Papoose, became embroiled in the chaos. What followed was a volley of veiled insults and open jabs between Remy Ma and Shields across social media platforms. Their exchanges only added more fuel to an already raging fire, dragging the feud even further into the public eye. The mudslinging revealed just how far removed the situation had become from any chance of a quiet resolution. This all came on top of other issues in Remy's personal life, including the arrest of her son Jason Scott on serious criminal charges. While this development is legally separate from the divorce, it added an undeniable weight to the emotional toll that both Papoose and Remy Ma were already bearing. The optics of these legal and familial struggles compounded the growing public scrutiny around their divorce, making what might have been a personal tragedy into a media spectacle. As Papoose continued his online revelations, fans found themselves torn. Some sympathized with him, seeing him as the wounded yet dignified husband who had finally had enough. Others criticized the decision to air dirty laundry so publicly, arguing that whatever Remy did or didn't do, the spectacle itself was damaging to everyone involved, including their children. And the children, whom Papoose felt were unfairly dragged into Remy's rants, became a symbolic red line that galvanized him into speaking out. The relationship between Remy Ma and Papoose was once upheld as an aspirational example of Black love, especially after Papoose's steadfast loyalty during Remy's time in prison. While she served her 6-year sentence, he remained committed to her, often publicly expressing his love and support. It was a rare and powerful image in a genre not always known for celebrating long-term commitment. Their wedding, prison visits, and eventual reunion were documented and admired by fans who saw them as a beacon of resilience and romance. But behind that storybook image, there were clearly fault lines forming. The years following Remy's release from prison saw her reintegrate into a music scene that had evolved without her. She rebuilt her brand, released new tracks, and gained fresh momentum in the industry. Yet, according to Papoose, much of that momentum was built on lyrics and labor that he quietly contributed. Over time, he began to feel less like a partner and more like a behind-the-scenes prop. Their deteriorating relationship was exacerbated by the pressures of fame, parental responsibilities, personal ambitions, and what now appears to have been a growing emotional and physical distance. Papoose's online posts suggested that even as he was publicly supporting Remy, behind closed doors, he was watching the woman he loved drift away. His heartbreak, as raw as it appeared on Instagram, painted the picture of a man who had tried for years to hold together something that was slowly breaking apart. As for Remy, she has remained largely silent on the accusations. Apart from her initial explosive rant and the online back and forth with Claressa Shields, she has chosen not to directly engage with the multitude of claims made by Papoose. Whether this is a legal strategy, an emotional coping mechanism, or simply a desire to stay out of the fray is unclear. What is clear is that the silence has not stopped the speculation. The hip-hop community is watching this saga unfold with equal parts horror and fascination. For years, Remy Ma and Papoose represented something rare, a couple that defied the odds, stood by each other in the darkest of times, and built a life rooted in mutual respect and admiration. Their downfall has left fans reeling, forced to reconsider what they thought they knew about love, loyalty, and legacy. The irony of their public breakdown is that it mirrors the very themes their music often explored: trust, betrayal, perseverance, and pain. Only this time, the lyrics aren't part of a track. They're Instagram captions, court filings, and viral video clips. The narrative is no longer metaphorical, it's heartbreakingly real. In the end, their divorce marks not just the dissolution of a marriage, but the dismantling of an ideal. Papoose and Remy Ma were more than just husband and wife. They were a cultural emblem, a romantic archetype for a generation of fans who believed in second chances and undying devotion. That image has now been irrevocably shattered. Whether they can salvage any kind of relationship in the aftermath remains to be seen, but for now, the damage appears complete. Their legacy, once defined by unity in the face of adversity, will now be scrutinized through a different lens, one of suspicion, sadness, and missed opportunities. As the dust settles, what remains is a complex, painful, and deeply human story of love lost, told in real time and in full view of the world.